Catherine Ryan Hyde, to talk to you a little bit about blog tours, virtual book tours. A lot of people don't know too much about them because they're very new. I'll tell you what a huge expert I am. I have done one book tour for my new book, Jumpstart the World. But oh, what a book tour it was. 25 individual blog stops. Let me just start by saying that I went to my publicist at Knopf and said I have 17 individual bloggers. They each need 2 copies of Jumpstart the World, one to read, one to give away. That's 34 copies just of Jumpstart the World, and she could not have been more delighted. My Knopf publicist could not have been more delighted to get those in the mail. So obviously, even your publisher is a big believer right now in the virtual tour. Now, if you're an author who has never been on a book tour, you may think to yourself, oh, I was really looking forward to the actual tour. Compare 2 different things here. Compare being stuck in a snowstorm or a lightning storm at the airport in Chicago trying to make a connection for 36 hours and then getting to a bookstore in wherever, Wisconsin, and finding out that only 2 people show up. Or doing a blog tour in your fuzzy bunny slippers in your comfortable chair. Most of these book bloggers have hundreds of followers, and they don't all have to be in one place at one time. The review, the interview, the character interview, the guest post, it's going to sit on their site for months, if not years. You can link people to it. It never really goes away. Hopefully you're out on the internet, on Twitter and Facebook, and making friends with book bloggers anyway. They love authors. They love to hear from authors. They're more than happy to be your virtual friend. They can put you on to somebody who's doing a blog tour. This is quite easy. Then you have some work to do in terms of they will ask you for a whole bunch of stuff. They'll say, okay, here are the interview questions for X number of interviews. You don't have to do as extensive a one as I did. It's not a bad idea, though. You're going to have to do some guest posts. You may have to do character interviews. You may even end up having to write a new scene. You'll get a whole list of things they need for you. You have to come up with them from scratch. Put it all together, all the time you put into it. You can't even bite off 1 or 2 actual tour stops with that. And really, you know, when you think about it, what have you got to do that's more important than getting your book out there where people know about it and can buy it? This is the modern day version of hand selling. Once upon a time, they used to send you on book tours, even though they knew that maybe only, 20 or 30 people would come. These days, it's 2 or 3. That's why the author tour is dying. But they wanted you out there anyway because they wanted you to meet the people who could hand sell your books. These are your new hand sellers. If you're doing your work as an author and you have a fairly good Twitter following and you've got a Facebook page or you've got your own Facebook profile, all you need is a link. You just have a link to that day's tour stop and you can publicize it. It's a big new world of book promotion. Don't be afraid of it, please. These book bloggers want to be your friend. They want to help you. When they find a good book, they want to get it out there. Help them find your book. Toward the end of my blog tour for Jumpstart the World, there's nothing like reading the comments and hearing people say, I have been hearing so much about this book. I've got to get this now. I hear about this everywhere I go. That's exactly what we want, right? And this is a good way to get it.